Have you ever noticed how your brain seems to do everything except what you want it to do? You open your books determined to study, but suddenly you remember a message you need to reply to, a video you wanted to watch, or even chores you've been avoiding for days. It's almost as if your brain is working against you, pulling your attention in every direction except the one that matters most. Why does this happen, even when you know how important your goals are? Here's the surprising truth. Your brain isn't lazy or broken. In fact, it's doing exactly what it was designed to do: protect you from discomfort and seek out easy rewards. The modern world is full of distractions engineered to hijack your attention. Social media, notifications, endless scrolling, these things are designed to be more appealing than the hard work of learning. Your brain is wired to chase what feels good right now, not what pays off later. But here's the thing. Most people try to fight this with sheer willpower. They tell themselves, just focus harder, or I need more motivation. But willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired and it runs out fast. That's why you can start your study session strong, but within minutes, your focus slips away. The real problem isn't you. It's the way you're trying to force your brain to work. There's another hidden trap: multitasking. You might think you're being productive by juggling multiple things at once, but research shows that multitasking actually destroys your focus and makes learning slower. Every time you switch tasks, your brain has to reset and you lose precious momentum. The more you try to do at once, the less you actually accomplish. So, if willpower and multitasking aren't the answer, what is? How can you get your brain to work with you, not against you? The answer starts with understanding how to prime your brain for focus before you even begin to study. In the next section, I'll reveal the first secret that top learners use to pre-commit their minds and set themselves up for deep, distraction-proof learning. Get ready to discover a simple shift that can change the way you approach every study session. What if I told you that the battle for focus is won or lost before you even open your book or laptop? Most people think learning starts the moment you sit down to study, but the truth is, your brain makes up its mind about focus long before you begin. This is where the first secret comes in: the power of pre-commitment. Think about the last time you tried to study whenever you had time. Maybe you told yourself you'd get to it after dinner, or you just squeeze it in between other tasks. What happened? Chances are you felt scattered, distracted, and your study session never really took off. That's because your brain didn't get a clear signal that it was time to focus. Instead, it stayed in default mode, open to every distraction. Pre-commitment is about sending your brain a powerful, unmistakable message. Now we focus. It's a simple shift, but it changes everything. When you set a specific intention, like I will study biology for 20 minutes at 7 p.m., phone off, at my desk, you're not just making a plan. You're priming your brain to expect focus, and you're removing the mental friction that leads to procrastination. Here's why this works. Your brain loves routines and clear boundaries. When you pre-commit, you create a mental container for focus. You're telling your brain, this is the time and place for learning, nothing else. Research shows that people who set clear intentions are far more likely to enter a state of deep work, where distractions fade and learning accelerates. Let's make this practical. Before your next study session, try this. Decide exactly what you'll study, when and where. Be specific. Remove obvious distractions in advance. Silence your phone. Close unnecessary tabs. Clear your workspace. Say your intention out loud or write it down. This simple act signals your brain that you're serious. You'll be amazed at how much easier it is to get started and how much deeper your focus becomes. Pre-commitment isn't about willpower. It's about designing your environment and mindset for success. But pre-commitment is just the first step. Once you've set the stage for focus, how do you actually keep your brain engaged and learning at top speed? In the next section, I'll reveal a time-tested rule that top performers use to maximize their focus and results without burning out. Get ready for a strategy that can transform even the shortest study session into a powerhouse of productivity. Have you ever tried to study for hours only to realize you barely remember anything by the end? You're not alone. Most students believe that the longer they sit at their desk, the more they'll learn. But here's the truth. Your brain isn't built for marathon study sessions. In fact, science shows that short, intense bursts of focus are far more effective than dragging yourself through endless, unfocused hours. This is where the 20-minute rule comes in. A simple, game-changing strategy that can instantly boost your learning. Here's how it works. Instead of forcing yourself to study for hours, you commit to just 20 minutes of pure, undistracted focus. During this time, you give your full attention to one task. No phone, no multitasking, no background noise, just you and your work. Why does this work so well? Your brain's natural attention span is limited. After about 20 minutes, your focus starts to fade and distractions creep in. By working in short, focused sprints, you tap into your brain's peak performance window. You're able to absorb more, remember better, and actually enjoy the process because you're not fighting mental fatigue. Here's how to use the 20-minute rule. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Make it non-negotiable. This is your focus sprint. Work on a single specific task. Don't try to juggle multiple subjects or assignments. When the timer ends, take a 5-minute break. Stand up, stretch, grab some water, or just breathe. Repeat this cycle 2 or 3 times, and you'll be amazed at how much you accomplish without feeling burned out. Over time, you can gradually increase your focus sprints, but always listen to your brain's signals. Quality beats quantity every time. But here's the real secret. It's not just about working harder, but working smarter. When you combine the power of pre-commitment with focused 20-minute bursts, you create a study routine that's both sustainable and incredibly effective. So you've learned how to set the stage for focus and how to maximize your brain's natural attention span. But how do you make sure the information you're learning actually sticks? In the next section, I'll show you a powerful technique that forces your brain to remember more, long after you've closed your books. Get ready to unlock the science of active recall. Have you ever read a chapter, watched a video, or listened to a lecture, only to realize you can't remember a thing the next day? It's frustrating, isn't it? You put in the time, but the knowledge just doesn't stick. Here's the truth. Most people spend their study time putting information into their brain. But the real magic happens when you force your brain to pull information out. This is the science of active recall and retrieval. And it's one of the most powerful ways to supercharge your learning and memory. Instead of just reviewing notes or highlighting textbooks, active recall means testing yourself, asking questions, and trying to remember what you've learned without looking at the answer. It's like giving your brain a workout, and every time you lift a piece of information, you make it stronger and easier to access in the future. Why does this work? When you force your brain to retrieve information, you're strengthening the neural pathways that store that knowledge. It's not enough to just see or hear something. You have to practice recalling it, just like you'd practice a skill or a sport. The more you do it, the more automatic it becomes. Here's how to use active recall in your study routine. After reading or watching something, close your book or pause the video. Ask yourself, what did I just learn? Can I explain it in my own words? Write down or say out loud as much as you can remember without peeking. Check your notes to see what you missed, then try again. You can also use flashcards, practice quizzes, or even teach the concept to someone else. The key is to make your brain work for the answer, not just passively review it. Active recall might feel harder than just rereading, but that's exactly why it works. The effort you put in now pays off with stronger, longer-lasting memory. But there's one more challenge. Even with the best techniques, distractions can still sneak in and steal your focus. So how do you create an environment where your brain can truly thrive? In the next section, I'll reveal practical steps to detox your study space and your mind so you can protect your focus and make every minute count. Have you ever noticed how even the smallest distraction can completely derail your focus? Maybe it's a notification, a buzzing phone, or just a random thought that pops into your head. Suddenly, you're miles away from your work, and it takes forever to get back on track. If you feel like distractions are your biggest enemy, you're not imagining it. Your environment and your habits are shaping your brain's ability to focus every single day. Here's the reality. Your brain is constantly scanning for new, interesting, or urgent things. In today's world, that means you're surrounded by digital temptations, social media, messages, endless tabs, and even background noise. Every time you give into a distraction, you're training your brain to expect interruption. Over time, this makes it harder and harder to stay focused, even when you really want to. But here's the good news. You can retrain your brain for deep focus by creating a distraction detox. It's not about having superhuman willpower. It's about designing your environment and your habits so that focus becomes the default, not the exception. Here's how to start your own distraction detox. Clear your physical space. Remove clutter from your desk. Keep only what you need for your current task. Go on a digital cleanse. Silence your phone, turn off notifications, and use website blockers during study sessions. Set boundaries with people. Let friends or family know when you need uninterrupted time. Practice single tasking. Give your full attention to one thing at a time. If a distracting thought pops up, jot it down and return to your work. You'll be amazed at how much more you can accomplish when your brain isn't constantly pulled in 100 directions. The first few times might feel uncomfortable, almost like you're missing out, but stick with it. Every distraction you eliminate is a step towards stronger, more reliable focus. But eliminating distractions is only half the battle. The real breakthrough comes when you learn how to connect new information to what you already know, so your brain can learn faster and remember more. In the next section, I'll show you the final secret, how to switch on your brain's natural learning network and make every study session count. Have you ever wondered why some things you learn just click instantly, while others seem to slip away no matter how many times you review them? The difference isn't just in how hard you study, it's in how your brain organizes information. The real secret to learning faster and remembering more is something called the schema switch. Here's what most people don't realize. Your brain doesn't store facts in isolation. Instead, it builds networks called schemas, where new knowledge connects to what you already know. Think of it like adding new stops to a subway map. If a new station is linked to the main lines, it's easy to find and use. But if it's out on its own, you'll probably forget it exists. When you connect new information to existing knowledge, you're making it easier for your brain to retrieve and use that information later. This is why you can remember a story or a real-life example much better than a random list of facts. Your brain loves context, patterns, and connections. So, how do you use the schema switch in your own learning? Number one, before you start a new topic, ask yourself, what do I already know about this? Even a little bit of prior knowledge helps. Number two, as you learn, look for links. How does this new idea relate to something you've already studied, a personal experience, or even a story you've heard? Number three, create mind maps or diagrams. Visually connecting ideas helps your brain see the bigger picture. Number four, explain concepts in your own words. Teaching someone else, or even just talking out loud, forces you to build those connections. The more you practice connecting new knowledge to your existing mental map, the faster and deeper your learning will become. Suddenly, complex ideas start to make sense, and you'll find it much easier to recall information when you need it most. But knowing these 5 secrets is just the beginning. The real transformation happens when you put them all together into a daily routine that fits your life. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to combine everything you've learned into a simple, powerful action plan so you can start seeing results right away. Now you know the 5 secrets that can force your brain to learn faster and focus deeper, but how do you actually use them in your daily life? The real power comes when you combine these strategies into a simple routine that fits your schedule and your goals. Imagine what you could achieve if every study session was focused, efficient, and memorable. Here's how to put it all together. Number 1, start with pre-commitment. Before you begin, set a clear intention. Decide what you'll study, when, and where. Say it out loud or write it down. This primes your brain for focus. Number 2, use the 20-minute rule. Break your study time into short, intense sprints. Set a timer for 20 minutes, work on one task, then take a quick break. Repeat as needed. Number 3, practice. Active recall. After each sprint, test yourself. Close your notes and try to remember what you just learned. Explain it in your own words or quiz yourself with flashcards. Number 4, detox distractions. Before each session, clear your space and silence your devices. Let others know you need uninterrupted time. Protect your focus like it's your most valuable asset. Number 5, switch on your schemas. As you learn, always look for connections. Link new ideas to what you already know, draw mind maps, and explain concepts out loud. Here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, commit to using this routine for just 1 study session each day. Track your focus, your memory, and your results. You'll be surprised at how quickly your brain adapts and how much more you can achieve. But there's one final piece to this puzzle, a mindset shift that will keep you moving forward even when things get tough. In the last section, I'll share a closing thought to help you stay motivated and make these habits stick for life. Remember, your brain is not your enemy. It's your greatest ally once you know how to work with it. You've just learned 5 powerful secrets to force your brain to learn faster and finally unlock the focus you've been searching for. The difference between slow, distracted learning and rapid, unstoppable progress isn't luck. It's using the right strategies every single day. So here's your next step. Don't just watch, take action. Try these secrets in your next study session and see the results for yourself. If you found value in this video, share it with a friend who needs a boost and let me know in the comments which secret made the biggest difference for you. Your brain is ready. Now it's your turn. Upgrade your thinking, transform your life, and remember, focus is just the beginning.